Hey guys, it's Marla. Thanks for tuning in again. This is the general reading for February 4th through February 18th. As always, this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We have a new moon solar eclipse happening at 27 degrees Aquarius on February 15th, and that is the only moon that we're having in the month of February. That makes that eclipse what is known as a black moon. So it's going to be very powerful. Full moon, not full moon, it's a new moon. New moon energy. New moons bring new beginnings. So I've been talking to you guys for the last few weeks about how we're manifesting something. We're creating something, we're bringing it into form. And this new moon is really going to help us. Only, the way it's going to help us may be a bit challenging for us because we're needing to integrate parts of our shadow self. Those things that we don't like about ourselves, that we feel guilty about, or that make us feel ashamed. So we're having to confront these things and start acknowledging them so that we can accept these things about ourselves. In fact, we want to embrace these parts of ourselves. Every part of ourselves is important, and we need all those pieces so that we can get to a place of wholeness. Now, the problem might be that your ego is likely going to balk at some of these things. So you may be doing some ego battles over the next couple weeks. I feel like the energy will be stronger like right after the new moon for this. So maybe it won't be affecting you so much until, around the time of the new moon. You might be feeling it stronger. But let's take a look at the cards. I drew my normal goddess card, only we have two cards come out this month. So maybe because this moon is so powerful, we need two goddesses to be holding the energy for it. The first one is Ostara, and her message is fertility. So like I said, we really are manifesting something. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, yeah, sure, you keep telling me that, but I'm not really seeing anything come into form. Well, Ostara's message is that it will come into form in the spring. Ostara is the goddess that oversees the spring equinox, which there's a festival known as Ostara, which is celebrated on that day, that is, in honor of this goddess. So know that the work that you're doing right now is laying the foundation for your dream to manifest sometime in the spring. And I'm getting around April, May to be really strong times to start seeing things shifting and taking a more solid form. Ostara's message is also about nurturing yourself, caring for yourself. If you're feeling down, which you might be over the next couple of weeks, do things to nurture yourself, such as, buy yourself some flowers, take a walk, do some things that you love. We also have Coventina, purification. And this is part of the process that I just talked about. It is a purification process. We're actually, through the month of February, we're going to be doing a lot of purification spiritually and physically. We're going to be going through some changes that you may feel on a physical level, energetic changes. And it's important to take time out for yourself. Still, I know I've been talking about this a lot, and it's more important this month, I think, than for the other months that I've been talking about it. But we're really being strongly guided to take care of ourselves, nurture ourselves, just spend time alone. This card says it's time for cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. So not just a physical detoxification, but detoxification of your mind. So part of that is referencing the shadow self that I mentioned. Also, you want to avoid negative people at this time, and you may be confronted with a lot of negative people just due to the energies that are going to be coming in. And the energies really are supporting us and helping us. We're actually ascending to a new level this month. We're elevating our consciousness more than we ever have. There's going to be a lot of high vibrational energies coming in, a lot of love energies. But when they first come in, doesn't always feel good because our body, our physical body, our etheric body has to adjust to the new energy, to the new frequencies. And so, you can feel tired, you can have an upset stomach, you can have a headache, your muscles can ache. You need more rest at this time. You need more isolation. You need to get in touch with your inner being, your higher self, God, goddess, whatever you choose to call it. Call the universe. So take that quiet time. So yeah, we're doing a purification process. The overall energy for the next 2 weeks. Again, we have 2 cards. I had 2 cards come up in a lot of spaces. The first one is, I can't read backwards, helpless and hopeless. I'm really tired, guys. It's kind of late here, but I'm running behind schedule, so helpless and hopeless. So just by seeing this card, I know that some of you may be struggling as we go through this shift, and these ego energies might be coming out, and they're being felt as anxiety and stress and feeling your limitations, feeling like you don't know where to go or what to do. You can see he's standing there and there's 2 paths, and he doesn't know what path to take. And this is what the energy feels like right now, because we don't really know what we're going into. And we feel like, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what the future holds. We really have blinders on right now. So if you're feeling that, know that it's perfectly natural, and don't let yourself get stressed about it. Don't feel anxiety about it. No, that's easy for me to say, but you have to trust right now that there's a reason why you're not sure about anything that's going on around you. Second thing is feeling your limitations. When this card comes up, it's like we feel a limitation. We feel like we can't go forward. We feel stuck. Like this guy, he doesn't know which way to go. He feels stuck. And it's kind of important to feel your limitations, because you have to know where your limit is in order to go over it. So part of the process of transformation is seeing when you're coming up against a block. And this helps you go within and say, okay, why am I feeling blocked? What is it that I believe about myself or about this situation or about this person that's making me feel like I can't move forward? Because you can always move forward. It's only your ego that wants to tell you that you're trapped or you're stuck or that you've reached a limit. This is why you have to surpass your ego so you can surpass your limitations. So if you're feeling that, okay, see it as a good sign. And it's always about you. And this is sometimes a hard thing for people to understand or accept. And that is when you feel a limitation, especially like when it's coming from a person, say, or a situation, and you feel like the other person is not allowing me to do something. Well, how can the other person really allow you not to do something? Are they holding you at gunpoint? Or is it just your mind saying that you're afraid? You're afraid this person is going to do something to you, or you're afraid this person is going to criticize you. You're afraid this person is going to leave you. And so they're actually, in that way, you're feeling controlled by them, but really it's your ego fears. So you're never helpless and hopeless. There's always something you can do, something you can change, and there's always hope in every situation. And we can see here, through the mountains, the sun is rising. And that is going to show you the way. It's like the light is coming down. And eventually, in the spring, perhaps, or a little bit before, we will be shown the way to go. But right now, we have to get comfortable with the unknown. The second card for the overall energy is reach out. Okay, well, there's two different things about this card. The first one is that you may want to communicate with someone. There may be someone that you're thinking of talking to, and the message is it's okay to reach out to them. And again, maybe it goes with this card for some of you. Maybe you're feeling a limitation, held back, and not able to reach out to someone. And the cards are asking you to consider why you feel you can't reach out. Investigate that within you. The second thing with this card is you need to ask for help right now. Due to the incoming energies, the physical changes, the spiritual changes, the emotional situations that are likely to come up, and you're needing to rest, you need to ask people for help. Reach out for help. Many of you, I know, do so much on your own, and you're giving and giving and giving all the time. You can't sustain that level of giving right now. It's important to conserve your energy. I'm not sure if it was the last video where I talked about us being a seed right now. I think it was. And how we're in the ground and we're gestating, and we have to conserve our energy. So when the time comes, we have enough energy to push through the barrier, to push through any limitations that we've been feeling, and move past them and move into the place where we want to go. So ask for help. I'm also getting that for some of you, reach out to a friend that if you're looking, it's like you need guidance, you need information, or someone has a message for you. Reach out to that person, reach out to your friends because they have a message. And I'm getting that that in the energy. There were some other things. I was pulling runes and stuff the other day, and I keep getting that there are messages coming in, and there's all different types of messages at this time. Some are going to be from people, like you may hear from people. Some are going to be messages coming to you through friends or just acquaintances. I mean, have you ever gone somewhere and, for example, you go to the store and you're talking to the cashier and they just randomly say something to you and it was like something that you needed to hear and it makes so much sense to you, but yet it all seems so random? Things like that can be happening. There's going to be like signs, synchronicities, messages, downloads, all of these things coming right now. So it's like pay attention to all your communications because There's likely to be some kind of communication there for you. And Spirit is also communicating with us at this time. That's one of the reasons why we really need to get quiet, is so we can hear the messages that are coming from the universe at this time. And they can be coming just, in our dream state, in our meditative state. Sometimes we have information come into our mind and we're not really sure where it's coming from. That could just be your higher self. If it doesn't seem like there's any ego attachment to it, it may just be a message from your higher self coming in. So pay attention to the communication, but also ask for help. And don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. If it could be that you need help, like just taking some of the load off of you, because I know a lot of you are like carrying heavy loads for a long time. Or it could just be that you need help with something and they're going to know someone, or they will give you the help that you need. Okay, that's all I need to say about that, I think. What is being hidden from us? Or what is it that we can't see? And the card is coming together. Okay, so I'm feeling that for some of you, a lot of you perhaps, the energy is about a relationship. And maybe you feel helpless and hopeless about that relationship, or you feel like you can't reach out for some reason. And the universe is saying that there's some changes and you're actually coming together even though you can't see that yet. There's some change in relationships. Either there's a new relationship coming in, or there's a relationship that you're in now that may be making some sort of progress. And that relationship can be about anyone. It doesn't have to be romantic, although this card generally denotes like a romantic relationship. But if you've been struggling with someone, if you've been struggling like with your mother and your father or some family member, that relationship could actually be healing, and maybe you're not realizing it just yet. Because remember, this is what is being hidden from us. But if it is a love relationship that you're trying to attract, or a love relationship that you're trying to heal, find more balance in, you may find that that is coming. This card also represents our own inner balance and the inner balance of our masculine and feminine within. I think I've been talking about that the last couple times because this is strong energy that's coming in too. The energy of the divine masculine has been reborn and it's getting stronger. Now this is an energy, and everyone has masculine and feminine energy within. So this is like you're feeling balanced within, and when you get that inner balance, that is when you're at your strongest, most powerful in order to manifest things. Where the energy is headed, just breathe. Well, this pretty much goes with what I've already said. The Just Breathe card is about taking a rest, making sure you're taking time for yourself. You can't do everything on your own right now. You have to find balance between everything that you have going on so that you take time for yourself. Because if you don't, this is going to ramp up. This feeling of helplessness and hopelessness will be more triggered if you don't take this time. If you do this, this is a 4 card. It means you're finding balance. If you're doing that, you won't feel that stress and anxiety as much. That's why this is so important. And when we're in this manifestation window like we are right now, we don't want to be feeling stress and anxiety because that's what we're creating. We want to do things that we enjoy, that are fun, that nurture us, so that those are the things that we're creating more of. So take the time to just breathe, to just allow yourself to kick back and relax. And like I said, with the upgrades that are going on, the physical changes, the physical symptoms that you may be feeling, the spiritual purification, dealing with other people that I have the feeling is going to be very stressful this month. You got to take that time for yourself. This Just Breathe card too can also be talking about messages from spirit, taking a break so that you can tune in to the messages that are coming. It can also represent messages coming through in your dream time. I pulled 2 surrender cards to see what we're surrendering at this new moon over the next couple weeks. The first one is surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to center. Well, you can see how those cards fit in together. Okay, our advice from Spirit. The first one is Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required for further progress. You have come a long way. You've made a lot of changes. And now we're getting ready to make the transformation. You know, I think I talked about last time the butterfly in the cocoon, or the caterpillar in the cocoon, who is doing a complete transformation, but it's not showing outside. You know, we see the cocoon, we don't know what's going on in there until the butterfly emerges and manifests itself. And that's how we are. We're in this cocoon period. That's why we need this rest. We're using all our energy to turn ourselves into butterflies. Right now, we can't see the full extent of everything that's going on, but soon we will, when we manifest as that butterfly. It's coming sooner than you think. And so Melchizedek is telling us that, you know, we've had a lot of experience and now we're ready for another stage. And that is another stage in our ascension, going up another notch, elevating our consciousness another notch. And then once we do that, we have to learn a whole bunch of new things because we're on a new level and there's a whole nother series of things to learn. And we keep doing that through stages. But it is confirmation that we're going up. We're advancing. The second card is Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So this is a lot to do with the energy of the solar eclipse that's happening. It's an Aquarius. And Aquarius is about being ourselves, being the rebel, being the revolutionary, doing what we feel is right. So, a lot of the stuff that we've been working on, healing, this shadow work that we're integrating, is all going to help us speak our truth, because it's healing our fears of being persecuted. And in prior lifetimes, you were persecuted, and subconsciously, that is still in your shadow. This is just one example. And so, this stops you from speaking your truth, even though you don't realize it on a conscious level. It makes you afraid to be true to yourself. But this is the energy that's coming. It's helping us overcome these things so we can be our true selves. And the more authentic we are, the more we manifest all of our dreams, and the more that the road opens up before us. We're not afraid to overcome our limitations. A lot of times what stops us from overcoming things is fear about what other people are going to think. But we have to push through that. All of us have a message to share. All of us have a unique beauty and a unique gift. And if you can't share it with other people, what good is it? There's always going to be people that criticize you. You're never going to make everyone happy. No matter how hard you work yourself, no matter how much you do, no matter how much you give, like I was talking about with these cards, you're giving and giving and giving. People will just expect that. They'll expect more and more and more, to be honest, till you set a boundary and you take back control, and you take back control of, I want to say, your energy. Because it's very easy to have your energy polluted by other people's expectations and criticism and judgment and negativity. So, should be a very interesting solar eclipse. Make sure that, you're caring for yourself. I can't stress that enough. Watch for messages. Okay, you're not helpless and hopeless. Reach out for help. Reach out to communicate. And know that your dreams are manifesting and coming true. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And I will be back in a couple weeks with another update. Love you. Talk to you soon.